Well, most of us will be staying in town or maybe
Right.
heading up north for
Yeah.
the holiday. And
Gotta.
timing is everything.
It is. Every year I feel like we're talking about the chance for a few storms on the 4th of July. Not for everybody, not all day long, and we're usually talking about heat and humidity, and that's exactly
what we got, huh?
It is, and not going to be a washout, but still something to keep an eye on. That's why we do have our weather impact alert issued for Friday evening. First for up north, and I'll show you that track, and then again for the metro as we head into the overnight hours. But right now, that would not correspond to the time where folks are hoping to see some fireworks. Now, the exception would be up north. Otherwise, taking a look at highs from today, we got to 89. It's going to be a hot stretch starting today, and that's going to wrap up by Sunday. So Saturday's a little bit cooler, but it's pretty sticky and muggy in the morning and through the day. Highs in the 80s across the state, low 80s up north of a front that just about stalled. That produced a few showers and a couple really weak and short-lived storms up north, closer to Hibbing, to Brainerd Lakes, and just about towards Superior and Duluth. But at this point, we're quiet. And actually, that isolated chance for storms today, that continues to look less and less likely. I'm just not seeing that right now. Tomorrow's a similar conditional setup, where we have that chance for isolated storms late afternoon and evening, but we're not looking at a slam dunk. It's going to kind of hover right along the line of a slight chance. Otherwise, again, with that impact alert that's in place for Friday night, that's our most likely time period to have a few strong storms Friday evening, first up north, and then overnight into Saturday. Over the next couple of hours here, we're staying in the 80s through sunset. Overnight lows are pretty warm for us, likely staying in the 70s across most of the metro. Taking a look at satellite and radar, you can barely even see a few clouds closer to where that front was stalled. At this point, we're dry across the state, just a couple spotty showers up in northern Wisconsin. Overnight lows are warm. We're going to be looking at lows in the mid to upper 60s across most of central and southern Minnesota. Up north, much more comfortable temperatures are in place, but not for long. Tomorrow's going to be pretty hot. We do have that weather impact alert for Friday evening for up north. And then for the Twin Cities, mainly past midnight into Saturday morning. However, we have a couple rounds of scattered showers and storms that are going to be off and on. It's not going to be just widespread rain and storms into Saturday. The timing for especially Saturday is definitely not fully pinned down. Saturday's rain looks more likely before the lunch hour, but we still have the chance for a couple storms later in the day Saturday too, which is why we have the alert set to expire at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Here's Friday around 7 o'clock at night. You can see storms likely from Bemidji to Grand Rapids, just about and along a line from Moorhead actually to Brainerd Lakes to Duluth. This will mess up some fireworks for folks, and it also is going to mean the risk for severe weather across northern and northwestern Minnesota. Far western Minnesota, you could have a couple storms the evening of the 4th. And then those showers and storms try to fill in into the metro area overnight into very early Saturday. But as they do so right now, it looks like a lot of that falls apart. Here's about 4:30 in the morning. We still have isolated severe storms to our west and north with just a couple showers and storms possible as we head into Saturday. Otherwise, for the 4th, it's hot. We're looking at 90s likely tomorrow, a high of 90 at least on the 4th of July. And then Saturday, temperatures cool off a little bit. You'll want to stay up to date with the forecast, but right now it's looking pretty good for fireworks in the metro up north. You probably want to plan on some other plans.